Hi. Now that you have your journals open to a fresh sheet, date at the top, just sit back for a moment and listen. I'll let you know when I want you to start taking notes. You and I are about to take a journey together. It's a writing journey. The number one priority in this class is the writing process. So you'll note each day as you're writing, I'll be modeling the type of behavior that I want from you. So I'll be journaling right beside you. And if you'll notice, up on the wall, I've already posted the writer's rules that we agreed to collectively the other day. And it's really important that we adhere to these rules, that we be respectful in order to create a community of writers. You'll note that I'm playing background instrumentals with this tape. And that's the type of music that I'll play in the classroom. It will vary. There will never be any words, but I think that music really helps to fill that silence in the room. And if you think about it, music is the universal language that speaks to our minds and our souls, and it will actually help to stimulate the creative process. Now, before we begin writing, you should understand the writing process. And actually, the writing process is much like the life stages of a plant. You have a seed that's placed in soil. You water it, add sunlight, nourish it, and over time, that little seed will blossom into either a flowering or a fruit-producing plant. So let's go through this process. Now, this is where I'd like you to take some notes, and you'll be seeing that I'm going to be comparing, obviously, the life stages of a plant to writing. Step 1, plant the seed in nourishing soil. Well, think about it. Your thoughts are the seeds. So you're going to actually write your thoughts in your journal. Think of your journal as the nourishing soil. And this is an opportunity for you to take all those voices and those thoughts that are swimming around in your head, and you can actually put them down on paper and start to work with them and mold them and shape them into something beautiful. Now, I understand that for some of you this may be uncomfortable, it may be foreign, but over time, with us doing this on a daily basis, I believe that you will come to love it. Step 2 of the plant life is water carries essential nutrients to the seedling. Well, in this case, the nourishment of your writing will be from inspiring journal prompts that are provided by me and daily practice, because of course practice makes perfect. These inspiring prompts, they will come in a variety of forms. For instance, I may ask you to make a list of significant events that affected you and shaped you and made you the person that you are today. Well, from that list, you would actually have a source of unique writing prompts that are designed just for you. Or I may give you an article or a piece of writing, a poem, something that came from one of your favorite writers. And I may say, hey, I would like you to model some form of writing after this. Or as a class, we may be doing writing that is more thematic, focusing on perhaps courage or forgiveness. In any event, the variety and the consistency of our daily practice will provide the essential nutrients, if you will, to help you write. Step 3, the seedling produces roots that anchor the plant and store energy. In time, I'm going to ask you to choose one of your journal entries that I want you to develop, and this piece will actually become your anchor writing piece. May I suggest that you please choose something that you're passionate about? Otherwise, I guarantee you will lose interest. Step 4. A new shoot emerges, reaching into the sunlight for energy. To energize your chosen piece, you'll be drafting. Drafting is a process that occurs in stages over time. It is something that perhaps you want to walk away from, think about, go do something else, come back with a fresh eye. And over time, that piece that you're drafting will grow and it will come to life. Step 5. The shoot elongates and produces leaves. This is the part of the process where we're going to revise, revise, revise. I have an acronym here of RADAR. This is something that we'll go over in more depth later when we begin to revise. But just for the purposes of this brief overview, RADAR stands for number 1, replace words, 2, add words, 3, delete words, and 4, reorder words. And your revision process, you can either do it individually, you may be doing it as partners, or maybe in groups. And one thing I always tell my students, when you're revising, please take the time to read your work aloud so that you can hear when things don't sound quite right, or maybe I was ambiguous there and I need to add more to clarify, or that just doesn't sound right. In short, you need to read aloud, and so that as you are revising, it will help to shape your piece much as the leaves help to shape the plant. Step 6. Prune the plant to remove dead leaves and to improve its overall health. Well, in the writing case, editing is the pruning process. It makes your writing shine. Some people confuse revision with editing. No, revision must come first, editing comes last. It should be the last step before you publish, because otherwise you're going to get hung up on, is this spelled right, or is this grammatically correct? And it's going to stifle your creative process. So when you edit, as I just said, that's when you focus on your mechanics, the spelling, the punctuation, the capitalization. You want to check your grammar. And something that students struggle with are the homophones, the words that are spelled differently but they sound the same, such as there, and there. So much like pruning a plant improves its overall health, editing your writing will improve the condition of your overall piece. Step 7 is our final step. In time, the nourished plant will produce fruit. Much like when you are done with your writing, you have a fruitful product and you can publish your final writing piece. This is not always going to look the same. It will be in accordance with those are firecrackers. It will be in accordance with my specifications. For instance, I may ask you to format your paper in MLA style. Don't worry, I'll teach you what MLA means. Or you may be asked to create a digital media text. You might be creating an original poem. Not everything that you create will be your formulaic typed essay. And allow enough time during this period of editing to avoid careless mistakes. So in short, number 1, write down your thoughts. 2, practice daily. 3, choose an anchor piece. 4, create a draft. 5, revise. 6, edit. And 7, publish your final work. And here's a journal prompt for you to respond to. Do as much as you can. You have 10 minutes. Thank you. Happy writing.